OBS seemed to have crashed on us. This stuff kind of happens. But yeah, we're back. We're here. Don't worry. We still have Hitman coming on. We still have David Sanchez coming on. We still have Moretto coming on, Edge Workers, and So Money, excuse me, as well. We only have limited time here with Hitman. So Hitman, let's kind of talk through. I think before we got off air, you were talking through Tyrod Taylor. I was saying how low his total is on passing yards. Talk us through why you think it's at 129.
I think I was hoping this number would come in a lot higher, and I was going to play unders on Fields. Mm-hmm. I think as of now, with how low it is and how there is, it's probably like a 20-yard discount right now you're getting just based off the possibility of him getting benched. I would think if it was certain that he wasn't going to get benched or that Taylor was out theoretically, I think this number is probably like 20, 25 yards higher at least. Okay. So it's tough to play under because the bench risk is just already priced in. Now, if he gets benched, he's going under. So I think if you like that angle, I don't hate some like maybe New England first half stuff parlayed with Fields to go under, like maybe Jets team total first half parlayed with Fields unders. And then like if you like the Jets in this game, like maybe you parlay something with like the Jets first half towards Fields full game overs, something like that. I think there's definitely some creative ways to play this with the Field stuff because and also like Fields alternates. Like if he's not benched, like you're getting like 4-1 on 200 passing yards right now. Like that's a lot for any NFL starting quarterback. So I think that the way to play this is get creative with SGPs, alternates, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. You said if you like the Jets, you might want to take Jets and over just like what sickos are you talking to who like the Jets tonight? That's a crazy one. Anyways, at a number though, what were you going to say? At any number you would take someone? Like there's a certain number you would take, though, obviously.
Yeah, I kind of like the Patriots at the early numbers. I did not get them though. I was a little late to it. I have $0 on it, unfortunately. But
that's all right. That's all right. Let's talk through the receiving game here. How are things kind of going to shake out with the New England Patriots? Like Stephon Diggs is at 56.5, Henry at 38.5, Matt Collins 40.5. These numbers, while they seem like relatively well priced and like a little bit lower than I think these guys have normally been throughout the year, we're talking about a game where a team is favored by almost 2 touchdowns here. Are you worried about like the passing game numbers, the receiving numbers for some of these Patriots wide receivers and tight ends because of the game state potentially getting out of hand?
I'm just worried with New England. Like this is not a team that plays fast when they have leads. And again, I mentioned earlier, like in the second half, they tend to play pretty slow when they get these leads. So I don't know if the play volume's going to be crazy good. And if the Jets are able to sustain any offense, it's going to be clock killing offense for the Jets. Like if they're sustaining offense, it's them running the ball, they're basically should be running the wishbone with the way their offense is right now. Like if they're going to sustain offense, it's going to be a lot of clock killing drives. So just generally, like I'm looking towards a lot of unders in this game. And I don't know if there was one guy from like New England, like looking at like, I have a tough time seeing Matt Collins with a 40.5 next to his name. Like I know he does a lot of the dirty work for the Patriots and they love him there. He's a great blocker and everything, but it's just, it's a high number.
Yeah. Especially coming out like
great matchup though. Yeah. Great matchup though. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
He had 10, I think he had 10 targets last week, so I can see why maybe the number's coming in a little bit high, but I think it's just like a completely different game state, completely different like situation here for the game. And yeah, like he'll probably be on the field. He'll be on the field a ton because he can block and he does block and he blocks well. But yeah, we were having some discourse about that in the group chat today between me and some friends about Matt Collins. Jets. We talked about the Jets. We talked about the Jets in the passing game. Like, what do you make of this Jets team? Like they don't have wide receivers. I know they have wide receivers, but like their wide receiver one is like Tyler Johnson, like they have Aaron Smith, Adonai Mitchell, if he's even gonna play. I think it seems like he's gonna play, but like field stretcher for Justin, like I don't know. Could there be a connection there? Like, what are you even making of this pass catching group? Like, these guys are listed at 23 to 12 to 15 yards.
I'm making that there's going to be opportunities, I think, but I just don't know where the opportunities are. I think in live there's going to be opportunities when you see what guys are out there, what the rotation looks like, who Fields tends to be targeting. But I think there could be opportunities with alternates, like a Donnie Mitchell, for example. Like, he's a guy that, like, he's usually going to get targeted down the field. And, like, there's also a chance that, like, Tyrod is in this game, and that's going to be a boost for the pass catchers. So I could see the handicap on some Jets alternate overs. If you find a guy that you do want to play, I don't hate trying to ladder him a little bit, because you have the potential that Tyrod is in this game. And if Tyrod's in this game, then the Jets passing, like, projected passing yards is lower than it should be. So that's kind of the way I would approach it, is maybe try to find a Jets guy that you like, and maybe alts.
I'm just looking through the receptions right now. Things are kind of crazy. I know I only have you for like a couple minutes here, but yeah, before you head out, like the Jets receptions, I'm looking at Taylor under 4.5 minus 136, Breece Hall under 2.5 minus 138, Tyler Johnson over 1.5 minus 176, Arian Smith under 1.5 minus 160, AD Mitchell under 1.5 minus 166, Isaiah Davis under 1.5 minus 136. That's like projecting, if we were to take like those numbers, that's like projecting 11 completions. Like, there's this seems, even if Justin Fields, and I know he threw 6 completions last game, but is that not like a little bit too low? Maybe is there something in the receptions game that you can look for?
Yeah, I mean, again, there's also a chance that some guys not listed are going to play. Like, there's a chance Isaiah Williams plays some snaps, and John Mechie could play some snaps. So, like, Isaiah Davis, I think, isn't listed right now.
No, he's listed. He's listed. Yeah, I included him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think really the only way I want to look is towards some overs, like, especially like the plus money ones.
Yeah.
That we just don't know. We don't know right now.
Yeah.
What's going to be the situation, and I think there might only be upside. With Tyrod potentially coming in the second half.
I think I fully agree with you here, Hitman, because like, I think we've seen the Jets floor. I don't know if it's impossible to go any lower than what we saw last week. So like, yeah, either they're going to stay at their floor, or we get like a little dead cat bounce here against the Patriots. Hey, man, I appreciate you joining the show. Quickly, before you head out, gun to your head, anytime touchdown score for either team. Going to assume it's probably for
I like the under in the game. I like a lot of unders on the props. Like, you're really giving.
You can go no touchdown score, by the way.
What is no touchdown score? They don't even have it.
I don't even know. I don't know if they have it on FanDuel. Let me double check.
I guess if nobody scores, just everybody loses.
No, they definitely have it somewhere. But yeah, go ahead.
Jason, do I have to?
Like, just pick a guy on the Patriots.
All right. Listen, people, don't bet this. Force play. We'll go with. We'll go with Adonai Mitchell. Don't play this, guys.
All right, AD Mitchell. It is plus 950 over at FanDuel.
Don't play it, guys.
Honestly, like, if you're gonna take a Jets touchdown score, you might as well take them as their first team touchdown score, because they probably will only score one touchdown this game, or they won't score either. Yeah, so
I'm hoping for a snooze fest tonight.
All right, same here. Hopefully the Jets can pull it out and kill some survivors. Hey, man, appreciate you. We'll see you tonight on the Forward Progress YouTube channel, live in the fourth quarter. Chat, if you want to check them out, make sure you go there. Hey, man, appreciate you.
There.
We'll talk soon.
Yep.
All right, awesome stuff there from the Hitman himself. Yeah, sorry about that little hiccup there, chat. These things happen. These things happen. Hopefully you guys found us. Hopefully you guys are back, because we still have a great show for you. We have David Sanchez coming on, talking through the Grey Cup. I'm going to ask him a little bit about how he feels. He's a former Oregon Duck, for those of you who don't know. Listen, I'm going to get my over 1.5 USC references on this show every single day. So got to ask him a little bit after we talk Grey Cup, how he feels about my USC Trojans potentially upsetting his Oregon Ducks 2 weeks from now. Listen, I'm not looking ahead. I know we play Iowa this week, but feel like it's just a fun thing to ask. Yeah. Going to come on, talk through Grey Cup. I also want to get his thoughts. I don't know if you guys are CFL fans, but a couple new rules coming into place over the next 2 years for the CFL. I want to get his opinions on those as well. Is Davis behind the scenes raised? Okay, he'll be coming on shortly. Let's just make sure he has.
What do you think the USC is going to do against Oregon?
I think they're going to win. I talked to Corby. Corby said that they're more than a touchdown underdogs against the Ducks, which I disagree with. And I think Austin Mock also disagrees because I believe he has them as under a touch. I think he said he had them at 6.5 on the road against Oregon. I think Oregon's a little overrated. A little bit. They almost lost to Iowa last week. Let's not forget this. Iowa's a good team. Don't get it twisted. I'm looking at Iowa this week. That's all I'm focusing on. Davis Sanchez wasn't coming on. I wouldn't be talking USC Oregon. But he is coming on. He's an Oregon alum, former Oregon Duck. Got to ask him these kinds of questions.
What are the future implications of this game?
This is the USC's playoff hopes ride. Again, they have to win against Iowa. They're favorites. I think they're 5.5 point favorites right now against Iowa. So they're projected to win. Like, let's assume they're winning this game. Their lifeline on making the college football playoffs depends on them beating Oregon. They will 100% get in if they are a 9-2 team with a win over Oregon. They have a win over Michigan. They'll have a win over Iowa. That is a playoff team without a doubt. Without a doubt, they'll make the playoffs. And also, like, we talked about this like early on in the season. The teams that don't make the conference championship but make it to the playoffs almost get like a little bit of a rest advantage because they don't have to play that extra game, right? Like, chances are if you make the conference championship, you're probably if you're making the Big Ten conference championship, you're making the SEC, you're in. You're in the college football playoffs, but you have to play that extra game, and if you lose that game, just another week of wear and tear on the body, a week of potential injuries. USC could come out with a rest advantage here, and things could be pretty massive for them if they do make the playoffs. So I'm also holding some plus 650 USC to make playoff tickets, so of course I'm biased about it, but yeah.
Yesterday, I asked you maybe a little bit of preview for Edgework overtime, but let's get this on the record as well. I asked you yesterday after the stream, I said specifically, are the Leafs cooked? Austin Matthews out for a week. Stolar's out for at least a game. I think they're 7th in the Atlantic last time I checked. You are a big Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Are we cooked in Toronto?
Oh, like if you go look at their, like, I know we have some Edgework guys in the chat right now. If we go look at the current lineup for tonight's game, I'm questioning myself if that team would win 25 games. I'm not even joking. No Austin Matthews. Your goalies are Hildeby and Akhtimov. Like, that is an atrocious team. An atrocious team. I love Max Domi. Listen, I get it. I think he leaves a lot to be desired, but I like him as a player. I like him a lot. I don't think he's that great, but I like him as a character. Him being your second-line center, you might as well go call up Peter Hall and bring him back. Tell him to play center for us because, goddamn, like, that is an atrocious team. A second line, oh, my God, behind our first line, oh, my God. Robertson, Domi, McMahon. What are we doing here? It's bad. Things are really bad for this team. And it's funny, we talked to Alex literally on Tuesday about potentially firing Craig Berube, and things have just gotten worse from there. I know they've only played one game, but they got smoked by the Bruins, and I just don't think Berube's it. Berube is the type of coach where you bring in where if you have a really skilled team but things aren't going well, you bring him in to kind of steer the rudder of the ship. The skill's gone on this team. Skill's gone. Our team is significantly worse than it was last year. Michelli does not look good. Dakota Joshua looks terrible. He's like, in my eyes, he's a borderline NHL player. Maybe that's a different story if you were to play in the playoffs and like he brings that presence that you want out of a guy who would play in the playoffs. But the problem is right now with this team, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, and that is so concerning. And what bothers me so much about the discourse around this team is like you had to make a change. You had to make a change. What's gonna happen if things are different? Like with the team we had last year, we could luck our way to the finals. We could luck our way to a championship. With the team we have this year, we're not going to make the playoffs. So we don't even have a chance. I'd rather be the Steelers in the NHL, go 9-7, 9-8 every single year, make the playoffs, and with the roster we had last year, it was good enough to squeeze our way through. like listen, we lost to Florida. We took Florida to 7. We were the worst team in that series. We were by far the worst team in that series. It wasn't even close. But we almost beat them. Hockey's a game of so much randomness where if you have enough skill, you can get lucky and squeak your way through. And I just never understood the thought process of we need to make a change. We need to make a change. Because guess what? When you make a change like that, you just get worse. So, yeah, you just get worse. It's as simple as that. We are cooked, as our good friend Fabian Sommer would say. Time to turn on some comfort TV. I wonder what Suman. Like he's a Jets fan, so maybe he just watched Kings of Queens. Maybe that's what I got to do throughout the season. So
unfortunately, we've gotten word that we've got some tech issues with Davis Sanchez on our Grey Cup preview. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pivot away from that for the show today. We're going to jump directly into edge work overtime. We're going to stop the edging. You gotta get in right away now. We're going to jump in with Moretto and So Money momentarily.
All right, all good. Stuff like that happens. As you can tell, there's tech issues all around. It just happens.
Yeah,
can't control
not a great
technology.
day.
Can't control technology. You know what? I disagree. I think it's a good day. And you know what's going to make it an even better day? I am officially, my one time is being used. I'm betting on the Jets right now. Give me a sec here. I'm betting on the Jets right now, and I'm going to use plus 610 at FanDuel. $100 to win 610, and I'm going to use my one time. I'm using my one time. So clip this for tomorrow. If they win, if they lose, I'm using my one time on the New York Jets. Let's kill 50% of the survivor pools remaining.
You know, just thinking, we've got So Money on. So Money knows CFL. He can give you a little bit of a Grey Cup preview.
It's a good point. That's a good point.
So we'll go edge work now, and then at the end we'll close out with So Money on the CFL.
Yeah, I know Alex also knows a little bit about the CFL. I'm gonna pitch him some questions. He's shaking his head in the back. He's like, no, please no. We're ready.
Ready
to go?
Yeah.
All right, awesome stuff. Edge work begins. Let's do it. Edge work overtime. Before gotta do the ad reads before. Sorry about that. Reminder: if you like Clive segments and you liked us talking about team totals, Clive gives out some of his team totals in our Discord. On top of that, Rob gives out his anytime touchdown scores on our Discord. We have over 1,100 members right now. They're in there bantering about the games, talking about NFL, NHL, CFL maybe, NBA, tons of different stuff there, sharing our opinions. Alex fires off Saturday NHL bets. There's so many things going on that are happening in the Hammer Discord. Discord.gg/Hammer if you want to get in on the action. So make sure you you join there. Trying to read the chat right now. Let's hear Moretto's thoughts on the Leafs. I'm sure it's unbiased and positive. I hope you mean the Winnipeg Jets, Jason. Did I mean the Winnipeg Jets?
Look, so you're talking about using your one time on the Jets.
Oh, New York Jets. No, New York Jets. Let me make that very clear. All right, let's bring them up. So Money, Moretto, Alex. Listen, So Money, I apologize. I'm going to give Alex the floor right now because last week, 2 days ago, we came on here. I said we are getting into Berube firing territory. You said no, you can't do that. It's too soon. It's too soon. You still think it's too soon. Oh, he muted himself. He had all the time in the world to make sure he wasn't muted. You're not muted? Well, make sure you're on the right microphone. So Money, are you in agreement with me here on the Berube stuff? Do you think that you in agreement with me or you agreeing with Alex? Is it too soon or not too soon? Not soon enough.
I see Alex's point, but I'm with you on this one. I don't think it's too soon. I think that it's with the type of personality he is and his shelf life, I think that it's just going to get more and more toxic. So if it was another type of personality, you probably ride out the season and then I would be on Alex's side there. But I think that it could get really ugly really quickly there. And I think that you probably need to step in earlier than you usually would.
Yeah, and I'm not pro firing head coach just to fire them, to can them. I always believe that if you're going to fire someone, there better be like someone out there who you think is good, as good or better than what's out there. And like I'm seeing Peter DeBoer just sitting there and like, listen, I know he hasn't really won, but he seems like the guy to like who might be able to salvage this team. So there's an option out there. Alex, do we have you back yet, or are you still struggling?
I think I'm good. Am I good?
You're good. There we go. All right. Talk us through your head coach stuff.
I want to defend myself here. I did not say that he shouldn't be fired. This was not like, no, he needs more time. I said last year Berube was not a good coach. I mean, this is a Leafs team that was getting caved in a lot of games last year and getting bailed out by Stolars, or just like elite finishing. I don't think Berube is a good coach. I think he's a bad coach. My question was never should he be fired. It was will he be fired. I don't think that his leash is as short as it should be, or as we think it is, because of the fact that they had a really good season last year. He has the crutch of like, okay, well, there's no Marner. TNF hasn't really played much this year. Now Matthews is out. Stolars is struggling. I think there's just a lot of crutches to like where they're just going to give Berube a bit of a pass given the season they had last year and how they pushed forward to 7 in round 2. And I think that's going to buy him a long runway here. I think he should be fired. I think he's a bad coach. I do think this is not a very good team either, though. But yeah, I don't think Berube is the right coach. I think he should be fired. I don't think he will be fired. I think it's going to take like, again, now that I would have said like American Thanksgiving, if they're still like really struggling and like well out of a playoff spot, he's gone. That's probably like the point where I think he'd be gone. But now, like, is Matthews going to be out for 2 weeks? Is he going to miss 5 games? Is he going to miss 6 games? They say 1 week, but like, I don't know. They said 1 week last year and then he went to Germany. So I don't really know what's going to happen there. If he is out for like 6-7 games and they go on a bit of a slide, again, they have the like, well, we don't have our best defenseman in TNF and our best forward in Matthews. Like, why would we fire our coach? It's obviously just like an issue of personnel. So I think it all depends on that. If Matthews comes back soon and things don't get better, then yeah, maybe he will eventually. But I think he has more time than he should and more time than we think he has. That was kind of my take on it.
All right. How many games do you think he'll be out for again?
Well, they said, which is also like, they said he's going to be out a week. And then why is he not being placed on IR? Like, I don't understand why they can't call up Cowan because of cap. They're like, well, we can't call up cap. We can't make it work against the cap. Put the guy on IR. He's going to be out probably a week anyways. Probably not a guy you want to rush back given his history and the fact that he's been dealing with something for a long time. Like, if he's probably going to miss a week, what's the best case scenario? He comes back in 5 days and by putting him on IR, you end up making him miss 1 game, like 1 more game than he would have. Who cares? At least you have like a guy who can somewhat make an impact in the lineup for the next few games while he's out. I just like, bad team does dumb things. I don't know. Really, really doesn't make sense what's going on there.
Yeah, kind of concerning that he's not going on IR as well. And I just looking, they have space, but I guess it's maybe like they have too many. They're over, like they're capped at 23 guys on their roster right now, so which is why they can't call him up.
I think the camp stuff plays into it a little bit right now too, because they have to put him on waivers to try and terminate the contract. So I think there's like, I don't know, the cap logistics I don't fully grasp, but I know that if they put him on IR, they would be okay.
Yeah,
to call him up.
7, 2, yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff. Yeah, they're at the max of 23 players on their roster. So yeah, if they put him on IR, they could do that. I mean, they're also just carrying some warm bodies that they don't use. Anyways, yeah, let's get into stuff here because enough Leafs radio, which is shocking that Alex is on Leafs radio. But
I love it. I eat this stuff up, man.
You eat this stuff up.
Listen to Real Kuiper and Born every day. When things are bad in Leafs land, things are great in my household. So we're really enjoying the start to this season.
Yeah. And honestly, like last thing about the Leafs is I'm telling you right now, a lot of the people who are following the Leafs for the last couple of years would not have survived that 29 win season back in 2015, which we had to tank to get Austin Matthews, which I watched every single fucking game of. And it pisses me off a little bit because, you know, we've been spoiled for 10 years. I know we haven't won anything, but you know what? We got some good fucking hockey out of it. So that's the least we can say. But yeah, those guys, it's all right. We'll get them out of the way once we're bad, and then the real fans will come out of the woodworks, which is right here. Anyways, let's start with the Leafs taking on the Kings. Alex, you've been talking too much. I let you talk for too much, so we got to throw to so money to lead this one. Leafs at home, big dogs, or not big dogs, small dogs, plus 114 against the Kings. Totals is at 5.5, juice towards over minus 130. With knowing the injuries to the Leafs, I expected this number to be a little bit bigger. It feels a little bit short, especially with how poor the Leafs often play at home. So, Money, talk us through this game.
I mean, I gotta do it again here, right? Like, we're gonna bet the Leafs under. I hate it. I wish I didn't have to. I wish the number got away from me, but it didn't. And I'm on the under here. The Kings, I think that they're priced fairly. They are starting to play they are starting to play better. I will start conceding that. And I mean, there's no reason why they don't go into Toronto and get this win here against a team that's in shambles. And the Kings are an under team. We know that. The Leafs. I really hate betting this under, but I don't think we have a choice here. So up to -115 on the under.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a scary under with Hill to be in net. It's a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, this Leafs team just has nothing in their like their second, third, fourth line. I don't see where they're gonna get goals from there. So you might be only seeing goals from the LA Kings in this one. Alex, you like anything in this game? Are you also on the under for the Leafs and Kings game?
No, I've sworn off Leafs unders for the immediate future. I can't do it to myself anymore. Like that game the other night against Boston, so money I laid off of it. And you were right. Like that was an under game. That was definitely an under game that played out like 5-on-5. At least it was. But then the Leafs just take all those penalties and they're giving up. Like when they do give up a chance, it's just a crazy like breakaway or odd man rush. Just so sloppy defensively that just scares me. I can't do anything with this game where it's at right now. I will say this is like one of those things where if you're betting the NHL a lot, or if you like want to get into betting the NHL more seriously, this is like you could have looked at that opener for the Kings and seen -110, and you can see that that's basically pricing in like that there's a good chance Matthews probably plays, or like he's maybe like more of like a 50-50, maybe even like a 60-40 to play. Maybe Stolarz is going to play, but then you have to like read the tea leaves on this sort of stuff. Like if you look deeper, if you want to like try and figure out like based on like injury stuff and how to bet that stuff. Like Cowan did not play yesterday for the Marlies. A clear signal that like, okay, we want to rest him so that we can call him up today and have him play tonight. We're going to figure this out so we can get him in the lineup. Probably means Matthews is not going to be available. Like that's a very like clear indicator that we're not going to see Matthews tonight. Stolarz, I mean, a goalie leaves the game mid-game. Very, very unlikely you're going to see him back the next in the next one, even if it is like a bit of a minor thing that he's dealing with. So I think that the openers are really bad, and those are the type of things I think you should be looking for going forward, where like if the markets, if there's some uncertainty in terms of like player stuff, you can kind of somewhat figure this stuff out. If you look, there's often signals that you can kind of look for with this stuff, and if you were able to kind of notice that, like the Cowan stuff, and you would have been on some really good Kings numbers. But obviously it's run quite a bit now, and this feels like a Leafs game where without Matthews, without TNF, without Stolarz, that this is somehow they just find a way to win and screw me. So I'm very excited to see how I lose these great Kings numbers I'm sitting on right now.
It's crazy. I hear some sense of belief in you, which is so odd.
Actually, you know what? I will say I think there's a player prop that I don't mind in this game that I did bet, that I don't normally give this stuff out because I don't think I have like a real edge when it comes to player props. But Trevor Moore bumped up to the top power play. Because Kuzmenko was a healthy scratch, and Trevor Moore, former Leaf. I mean, how we saw Alex Steves score against the Leafs. We saw Fraser Minton score against the Leafs. I mean, former Leaf score against the Leafs. It's just what happens. And now that he's being bumped up to power play 1-2 to take Kuzmenko's spot, I think that we're seeing like plus 400, even plus 450, and that's like not remotely adjusted from what he's been in the last several games. If anything, it's actually a little bit longer. So I think that's a decent look.
All right. Anytime goal scorer, Trevor Moore, added to the underdog parlay that we might build today, or a goal scorer parlay, whatever. Maybe I'm just going to add it to the list. By the way, we didn't talk about this off the top of the show. I was supposed to look this up, but we were 2 of 2 in the underdog parlay. You guys didn't let me add the Boston Bruins last Tuesday, which would have been a winner, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's move on to the next game here. Enough Leafs talks. I promise, guys, it's over now. We're going to take a look at the Washington Capitals taking on the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers at home. Totals hovering around 5.5. 5.5-ish, like juice towards the over on FanDuel, but the market seems to have it at 110 both sides. Anything you like in this game, Alex? Are you looking at an under as well, or Florida bounce back? It's coming soon. It's coming now. You're afraid of stepping in front of that train.
I kind of missed the boat on this one, where I thought that there was a good chance we'd see Charlie Lindgren start in this game, just based on how they've been deploying their goalies. It's now been confirmed in the last half an hour that it is Logan Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Caps already took money this morning. The under took money this morning. So I don't really think there's much at this point that I want to get involved in. I still kind of lean Washington. They're playing really well, but I mean, I lean under and I lean Washington too. I just hate, again, this is the same situation like it was the other night with the Canucks, where get in late, get a bad number, and then end up just regretting it. I'm just going to not do the same thing here, and I'm just going to pass altogether. But yeah, I'm surprised that Thompson was starting tonight.
All right, Thompson and net passing on this one. So money, anything you like in this game?
Yeah, I did bet the Caps. I still like them at plus 105. I think it's are we at plus 105?
104,
yeah,
104.
I think that's fine. I still like them. So I did play Washington. I agree with Alex that they are playing better. Florida, nice win against the Knights. That was a game that they got up for, and I don't think they played particularly well, but they did get the win, and they got the win in a game that that they did get up for. So I do like the way that the Caps are playing. Glad that we got Thompson in net. A bit of a gamble there, but I mean, it was one of those things where if I wasn't going to be able to move quick, I was going to completely miss the number. And I did like the Caps even with Lindgren. Like them a lot more, obviously, with Thompson. So I'm on the Caps here. I think plus 104 down to anything plus money actually here. I'm good with them. I do have a bigger edge.
All right, you're down with the Caps plus money. Just with the plus 105 at FanDuel. Let's move over and talk about the Ducks and the Red Wings. Red Wings at home, minus 140 against our Ducks. You know what? I just remembered I was going to wear my Ducks jersey today because we are all Ducks quack pack, but I forgot, so we're going to have to save that for Tuesday. Totals at 6.5. Juice towards the over. We love seeing these high totals in these Ducks games. Or don't love seeing it, but we've been seeing these high totals in these Ducks games. So, Money, I'll let you lead. Talk us through the Ducks and the Red Wings.
Yeah, they are our Ducks, but they're also our Red Wings as well, right? Let's not forget that. No secret. I like the Ducks. I like the way that they're playing. Unfortunately, I think this might be a little bit of a tougher situation here for them against a Detroit team that has lost a couple of games and their play has dipped. But I do think that this would be a good situation for the Wings to respond, and I think they will. So the number has kind of taken off on us a bit here. It's fine. It wasn't something that I was that crazy about, and there's other things on the board here that has piqued my interest a little bit more. So for this one, both teams I like a lot, but I will end up passing on here.
All right, we're passing on this one. Alex, same boat. You gonna pass, or you like something here? Looks like you like something.
Yeah, I played the over. I know I played the Ducks under the other night, which was kind of a little weird to come back here and play an over, but like it's just a very different matchup, and that's why that makes all the difference. Obviously, I thought they were going to struggle a little bit more against what I think is an extremely undervalued and underrated Avs defense. We'll get to that again later on when we get to the Avs game tonight. But I think that this is a matchup more so where Anaheim will be able to generate what they've been generating and get a lot of shots on net. And we'll see the same thing from Detroit, who's I think going to be able to kind of counteract and play that same sort of high flying style that the Ducks like to play. So I think this will be a lot more open ended than we saw the other night against the Avs. So the 6.5, there's I guess up to like minus 115. We're at minus 114, I think, on FanDuel. That's okay for me.
All right. Minus 114 over at FanDuel, but there's minus 110s out there. It's a pretty widely available number here, minus 110 to minus 115. Moving along, Boston Bruins taking on the Ottawa Senators. Minus 164 on the money line at home. Totals at 6.5. Juice towards the under. We're seeing like kind of an in between of like a 6.5 and a 6. Talk us through this game, Alex. I'll let you lead. Anything you like in this game?
So, didn't exactly get the best of the number because of the goaltending. There wasn't a huge reaction to Maryland starting for Ottawa, which is, I guess I would say surprising, but also maybe not if you just look at this year because Olmark's really struggled and Maryland's been good. Then you get the Korpisalo start, which obviously he's a downgrade from Swayman, but Swayman looks like Swayman's making saves and he's playing well, but it looks like he's really fighting it right now too at the same time. So I'm not like scared off of it by the goaltending matchup. Obviously it's not ideal, but I still like an under here, under 6. minus 102 it looks like now, which is a little bit better than what I played. So here I am going to come on and tout something that's I bet at a worse number. So yeah, market maybe disagrees a little bit because I think just it's based on the news with the goaltenders and nothing else really. So I still like the under though. I think Maryland's fine. I think Korpisalo has been playing well, and I don't think Ottawa generates that much anyway. So I'll go back to the well here.
Yeah, and Allmark also hasn't even looked that good. So it's like, how big is the
Allmark's
drop
been
off?
terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
Anyways, so money. Anything you like in this game? You in agreement on this under?
Yeah, exact same thoughts here. Alex was on this a few weeks ago now. Ottawa is an under team, and the goaltending is not as big of a downgrade as the market was indicating here, based on the move up from the under, based on the move on the over. So I still like the under here. The goalie news doesn't change anything for me. Even in the Alex touched on this earlier, the Boston-Toronto game. That was a game that played out under. We just didn't get the result that we needed. So I think that Boston is playing, is profiling as an under team. We know that Ottawa is an under team. We got a 6. We got a little bit of a premium or a little bit of a cushion, I should say, based on the Ottawa goaltending news. So I think we're good. I think we are good to go back to the under.
All right, let's stick with you for this next one. So money, we're taking the under on this one. But moving on to the Oilers and the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets at home, minus 120 favorites against the Edmonton Oilers. Totals at 6.5. Can the Oilers kind of get right finally, or what do you like in this game here?
So I credit the Oilers in the sense that they didn't have their legs against Philadelphia to start that game. They did eventually find them, but even with all that, Philly was right there with them the whole time, and it took an overtime win for Edmonton to get out of to get out of Philadelphia. There, we'll get Pickard in net. As weird as it is to say, he is a downgrade on Skinner. So I did play Columbus here. I've mentioned before that I do like the way that the Blue Jackets team plays. I didn't see any issue with their play against Seattle. Before that, against the Canucks, no issue against the Oilers. So I do like this team quite a bit. So back to the well on Columbus. The issue I see here, though, is that the number has kind of taken off quite a bit here. So at the minus 120 range, I can't suggest that there. But if we get back to the minus 110 around there, then that would be I'd be more inclined to recommend the Blue Jackets at that point, but not at the current minus 120.
All right, a little too far gone here for so money. Alex, you in agreement here? You echoing the same sentiment? You want the Blue Jackets, but you need a better number?
I want the Blue Jackets, but I think it's just a really kind of a bad spot for both teams. I don't really know what exactly to expect. Obviously the back-to-back for the Oilers, but this is also third game in 4 nights for Columbus, and they're coming back from a long West Coast road trip. So, I mean, it's probably going to be Greaves again here for his third game in 4 nights too. It's just I'm not going to bet anything in this game. I'm just not exactly sure what to expect given the spot for both teams. Columbus also been battling that flu bug a little bit, so I agree with everything So Money said. I really do like this Columbus team. I feel the same way about that he does about them, and what he said about the Oilers too, but just not quite ready to jump in this spot.
All right, not ready to jump in yet. Then let's move over to a game you might be ready to jump in. You're going to talk about your Montreal Canadiens after we had an hour of Leafs radio to start the show. Stars taking on the Habs. Habs right now minus 120 at home. Favorites, totals at 6, 5.5-ish, 5.5 at FanDuel, just towards the over. Talk us through this game.
So I have 2 bets in this game. Maybe not exactly what we'd expect on one of them. I've been betting the Habs a good amount, but they're actually getting a decent amount of market respect here. And I didn't expect to be on the Stars today, but again, the same thing like Ottawa the other night. The Habs took money like Ottawa did against Dallas, and now we've run out to a point where we're getting as high as plus 106 on the Stars. I think this is still a really good Stars team that's starting to figure things out quite a bit. And I don't really care that DeSmith's in net. DeSmith's been fine. There's not a huge drop off there whatsoever. So yeah, I like the Stars now that it's run out a little, and I like the under as well. I bet it at a different price than is available now, but I think that these plus 105, 5.5s are good. And there's I see minus 120 on the 6. I see some minus 122. Even the minus 124 FanDuel is good. So yeah, I would honestly prefer getting on one of those 6s. But regardless, I like either of them. So Stars and under for me here.
All right, Stars and the under. So Money, you in agreement with this? You also hate the Habs like Alex, or what do you like here?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement here as well. I do like I do like the way that the Stars have been playing. A little unfortunate to lose. I was on our head-to-head against on the Dallas game, but it wasn't as if they didn't deserve to win. They played well enough to win, and they pulled it off. So credit to the Stars. I do agree with Alex that they might be putting it together, and if they are, then these are the numbers that we're not going to be seeing anymore going forward. So if we're right, they are putting it together. We need to jump on these numbers. There's no reason that the Stars should be dogs in Montreal like this at this point. So yeah, I complete agreement here. I'm on the Stars plus money. I also bet the under as well, just because Alex has convinced me that Montreal unders is the way to go, and I agree with him. So yeah, I'm on the Stars and the under here as well.
All right, let's go rapid fire here for the last 4 games. Quick reminder to the chat. Do us a favor, smash the like button. Goes a long way here. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with our stream, so our likes are going to get split. So do us a favor, like this stream. Goes a long way. And if you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, tell your friends, all that kind of stuff. Buffalo Sabres taking on Colorado Avalanche at Avs, like minus 385 at home. Whoa, what a big number. Totals at 6.5. Juice towards the over minus 114. The Avs are like the definition of a wagon. They are looking incredible to start the year. So Money, I'll let you lead. Talk us through this game.
Yeah, this could be a tricky game for Colorado just because, I mean, they probably won't take Buffalo seriously here. But with all the games that we have access to today, we got NFL, college basketball, college football, NBA. I'm not going to take a chance on Buffalo here. So complete pass for me.
All right. Let's move on to Alex. You moving on? You passing on this one as well?
I bet an under in this game. I bet under 6.5. I'm just going to keep betting Avs unders. I like the Avs as an under team. I really do. I think they're defensively, really, really strong. If they want to come here, get a 2-0 lead and suck the life out of this game and move on to the next one, I think they're very capable of doing that. I think that's a very realistic possibility. So 6.5, I think a bit high, especially for a Sabres team that struggles a little bit to generate. I did have the Sabres last night in Utah, and that was painful, getting out to 2-0 lead, and they didn't even come close. So no interest in going back to the wall with the Sabres here, but I did bet an under.
All right, you like the under at? Or do you still like this under, or is it?
Yeah, under 6.5. Pretty anything that's available, except for that one rogue minus 115. There's minus 105s, minus 110s everywhere.
Yeah. Don't take the worst price in market.
Yeah, don't take the worst price in market would be my advice on this one. Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. Alex will lead with you. Sharks taking on the Flames. Flames minus 162 favorites at home. Totals at 6.5. Closer to 6. The unders. Minus 140 at FanDuel. Alex, you taking another under here? I'm seeing a theme here. Are you taking another under or no?
No, I'm not. This is my most disgusting bet of the night, though. I laid it with the Flames. I think that San Jose is still a bad team, and Calgary's playing like a very good team, and they're gonna get results sooner or later. Like I think this is just. I don't know. I think it's not short enough. Like that's it. That's all it comes down to. It's ugly. The Flames cannot win right now. They're struggling to score. San Jose is giving up a ton, but somehow only allowing a goal a game because they're getting elite goaltending. Has to drop off eventually. they're still not playing well. This is still a basement team in the NHL, and we're getting, I think, a bit of a discount because of recent results. And I have no doubt that I'm going to regret playing this like 3 minutes into this game. So,
all right, first let Calgary -1.5 plus 152 available at FanDuel. It also seems like you like the Sharks first goal or first period over, first 10 minutes over, whatever, something along those lines. Because not feeling too happy about this one. But I think this is what you like to do. You like to kind of like sandbag yourself a little bit, and then when it wins, you come on here and you're like, woohoo.
yeah, the old reverse jinx.
There you go. There you go. So money. Anything you like in this game?
Yeah, I don't know why Alex is coming so strong with the hatred against our Sharks here. Slight disagreement here. I don't think that the Sharks are giving up a lot lately. I think that they're actually trying to play better defensively, and but I think there's like levels, right? So when we say that the Sharks are trying to play better defensively, that still comes across as pretty poor when you're looking at on like a league-wide basis. But they've been getting under results, and their goaltending has been solid. Calgary, we know they can't score. I agree with Alex in terms of, I mean, Calgary's not going to go the whole year like this. So at some point they're going to start scoring. But let's just not let it be tonight, because I did bet the under, and I do like it up to -115.
All right. You like the under here up to -115. So even that, make sure you just get the best price at market, though, like we talked about. Last two games left here. Let's go with the Islanders and the Golden Knights. Knights right now -184 at home. Totals at around 6.5, -128 towards the under at FanDuel. So money, I'll let you lead. What do you like here?
I've decided that I don't want to mess with Islanders games anymore. This is a team that I can't figure out. Really tough. They should be giving up goals, and with the way they play. But is Sorokin going to turn it around? Like I don't know. This is another example of a game that I just can't be bothered with tonight.
All right, we're not bothered with this one. We're moving on. Alex, before we move on, let's go to you. Anything you like in this game, or are you in the same boat as So Money?
I bet it over. The Isles are extremely unpredictable. It's true. Like I don't know what to make of this team anymore. I still think they're bad. They give up a lot. Vegas has been a lot less stingy defensively than we're kind of used to seeing. Obviously, they're having some goaltending issues as well. I think there's potential for this to be pretty high scoring. Would want a 6 though. 6 -120 or better. I would not play this at a 6.5.
All right, let's move on then. Last game we have here, Alex, I'll let you lead. Jets at the Kraken. Totals at 5.5. Juice towards the over. Overs at -122. Over at FanDuel. Just a reminder, I didn't bet on the Winnipeg Jets. I bet on the New York Jets, and I used that my one time for that, just for context purposes here. Alex, do you like anything in this game?
If Decord is still out, and that's what I don't know about, because he was skating yesterday, and he should be, but he has to be out a minimum of a week, and it's been since last Wednesday was his last start. So this is technically, he's had the minimum stay on IR, and he was skating yesterday. So I'm like 80% sure he's going to be out, maybe 90% sure, but like it's a huge difference between Decord and anyone else they can throw in net. So I do want to bet the Jets because it got kind of cheap there. There's a -130 sitting there. Like it got really bet down. And I think this Kraken team is terrible. Like they are so bad offensively at 5-on-5. It honestly hurts to watch. And defensively, they aren't any better. Like it's not a good recipe when you are the worst offensive team in the NHL at 5-on-5 and the worst defensive team in the NHL at 5-on-5. That just means you're the worst team in the NHL. And when you don't have your like very good goaltender back there, that is problematic. So if Decord is not starting, I will lay it with the Jets now that it's gotten, I think, too cheap. But I need to know what's happening with Decord.
Yeah. All right. We got to wait on Decord for this one. So money, you in agreement here? What are you taking?
We have to wait on Decord on this one, and if he does start, then I will bet Seattle. I think that it did move a little bit, or actually not a little bit. It did move quite a bit, as Alex mentioned, which was surprising. I don't know if there was again confusion with like the Seattle goalie situation, because Decord was on the ice with the other goalies and the scratches, right? So all the goalies with and the scratches were on at the same time. So that might have caused some confusion, or maybe someone knows that Decord is going to be playing. I don't know. But in this situation, for all the reasons that Alex has mentioned, Seattle's terrible, but there is an edge in this situation, in my opinion, betting against Winnipeg only if we get Decord in it.
All right.
Mike Benton, tweeted 8 minutes ago that Goudreau and Decord are on the ice, but ahead of morning skate. I don't know if that means they're going to be on for morning skate too, or if like they just got on a bit early and they're going to be out there for the. I don't know. Seattle also the worst team to get news from. Just like terrible coverage. Just their beat reporters are disastrous.
All right, don't throw them under the bus like that.
No, I mean they're just like they tweet when they want to, and like you got guys covering practice that aren't covering practice again for a week. Like it just doesn't even make sense. Like there's no consistency there. Very, very, very frustrating.
Seems like an opportunity in market for some smart people there. Anyways, let's close the show out. I don't know. Do we want to do a parlay? What I was thinking of doing was just take the under 5.5 in that Leafs game and pair it with the Trevor Moore to score an anytime goal. It'd be like inverse correlation. We in agreement on that? Yeah, like why not? We didn't really like my underdogs today. I feel like that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
All right, there we go. All right, Alex, I'm going to let you go unless you want to share your thoughts on the CFL quickly. So money before you head out. Alouettes.
No thoughts. I'm good.
All right,
see you guys.
See Alex. Alouettes and Rough Riders. Rough Riders 3.5-point favorites on the neutral site here. Totals at 48.5. Talk us through this game quickly.
I bet the Riders. I have futures, as we know. I like the Riders quite a bit. It comes down to Davis Alexander, his hamstring. Yep. Hamstrings are tricky, especially for quarterbacks, especially a mobile quarterback as well. It's not like the Alouettes can change their game plan at this point. 1 week before the game, so they have to stick with the same game plan. And I think that the Riders, sneaky good defense, sneaky pass rush. I think that if Davis Alexander is not mobile, then the Riders are going to feast.
All right. Sounds good. Let's see if the Riders can win their first Grey Cup in, 15 years? 2012, I think, was the last time they won. All right. We are all Riders, apparently. So Money, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome stuff there. That 3.5 is good. So Money says, go, go, go. Game is at 6 p.m., I believe, Eastern time. On Saturday, if you want to tune into that Grey Cup, which you probably should. Should be a fun game. Should be a good game. Yeah. We don't get any update on the rules from Sanchez, but it's okay. We'll get him on it at some point in the future, and we'll talk about that maybe in the offseason here. Anyways, that wraps up today's show. You guys know the drill. Do us a favor, smash the like button if you're watching right now. If you're on Twitter, do us a favor, come over to YouTube, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. If you've done both those things, you're like, what the hell can I possibly do more? I've already liked the stream. I've already commented on the video. I've already subscribed. Tell a friend about us. If they like sports. Or honestly, don't tell a friend. Go find your partner, your mom, your dad, your brother. Take their phone. Hit the subscribe button on their phone for us. Those are the real OGs. That's what the real OGs do. Anyways, if you missed the first part of this video and this popping up in your algorithm, check the chat right now to find the first part of this. We had a little bit of technical difficulties throughout the stream. Anyways,
pinned at the top of chat, and I'll put it at the pinned comment as well for people who are not watching live.
Sounds good. Up next at the Hammer, we have 5 p.m. Eastern time on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. Rob and crew, including Austin Mock, Fabian Summer, talking through every single game on the NFL board, on the NFL slate, giving out their 3 best bets, their single, double, and triple hammer for the week. Then finally, 8 p.m. Eastern time, live watch along. Myself, G-Stock George, Hitman will be there.
They don't even include Moretto's name in the graphic anymore.
He's not coming in. He told us he wasn't coming in. It's a terrible game.
What this time?
It's a bad game.
Oh.
Good excuse. Honestly, best excuse he's had all season.
You don't have that excuse. George doesn't have that excuse.
You know what? At least it's honest.
That's true.
Fucking
furnace isn't working.
Oh, man. Yeah. You're going to want to tune into that. Jeff will be there in the third quarter. Hopefully we'll bring him in with more than 10 minutes to go in the third, unlike last week, which is just totally my fault. I just get distracted by the chat, and he comes in, doesn't make a sound, and we're just having a good time. Anyways, it happens. It happens. Tomorrow, also 8 a.m. Eastern time, you're going to want to check it out. Circle Back is live with who's on it?
Myself, it'll be Kanish and Mike as usual now. And then the fourth is going to be Porter for this week.
All right. Sounds good. Should be a great episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in. One last time, going to ask you to do us a favor. Smash the like button. Take your mom, take your dads, take your wife, husband, son, daughter's phone. Smash the like button on there as well. Goes a long way for us here in the algorithm. Anyways, this has been the Thursday, November 13th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network presented by FanDuel. We will see you guys right here tomorrow.